The emergency session of the Galactic Council had been called for 0800 Standard Galactic Time. By 0805, panic had consumed the great crystalline chambers of Nexus Prime. Ambassador Vexthala of the Centaurian Federation clutched her communication device with trembling tentacles. "Their seats are empty," she whispered to her aide. "All of them. Every human representative gone." Where the Terran delegation should have sat, 12 chairs arranged in their characteristic democratic circle, there was nothing but vacant space. No Ambassador Chun, whose calm diplomacy had defused the Rigel crisis. No Dr. Martinez, whose terraforming innovations had saved 3 dying worlds. No Captain Singh, whose tactical genius had ended the Void War in 6 months instead of 6 years. Just empty chairs and a lingering scent of that bitter beverage humans called coffee. High Chancellor Zormek's scales rippled with distress. "Check all communication channels. Surely there's been some mistake." But there had been no mistake. Humanity's embassy on Nexus Prime was sealed, its staff evacuated. Every human colony, research station, and outpost throughout the galaxy had gone dark simultaneously at 2,347 hours the previous night. Ships that had been en route to Council space had simply vanished. They've activated some kind of isolation protocol, reported Intelligence Director Akarn, his cybernetic implants flickering with incoming data. Every human vessel, every settlement, it's as if they've withdrawn behind an impenetrable barrier. The chaos began in the Economics Committee. "The trade routes," shrieked Merchant Lord HIV Tar. 80% of our interstellar commerce flows through human-managed hyperspace lanes. Without their navigation algorithms, half the galaxy can't transport goods. The Agricultural Coalition was in similar turmoil. Human agricultural engineers designed our crop rotation systems for 17 different worlds, reported Administrator Kethvier. Without their expertise, we're looking at famine within 2 cycles. But it was in the Defense Council where true panic set in. They took their shield technology with them, announced General Vosta, his warrior pride cracking. The plasma barriers protecting our border worlds, they're human-designed. They've somehow remotely deactivated every single installation. "What about their medical contributions?" asked Dr. Lyr Hahn, the chief medical officer. "The cancer cures, the regeneration therapies, the neural reconstruction techniques, it's all locked behind quantum encryption. We can't access any of it." Chancellor Zormek stood at the center of the vast chamber, watching representatives from 1,000 worlds descend into hysteria. The Aquarians were calculating water purification failures. The Silicon Collective was reporting critical system shutdowns in their computer networks. The Ethereal Assembly couldn't maintain their energy forms without human-design stabilizers. "How do we not realize?" he whispered to himself. "How do we not see how dependent we'd become?" The answer came from an unlikely source, Junior Archivist Talmesh, a young being who rarely spoke in council sessions. "Perhaps," she said quietly, her voice somehow carrying across the chaos. "That was their intention all along." The chamber fell silent. "The humans didn't just integrate into our society," she continued. "They made themselves indispensable. Every system they touched, every problem they solved, every innovation they provided, it all had one thing in common. It required their continued presence to function." Chancellor Zormek felt a chill run through his scaled spine. "You're saying they planned this?" "I'm saying," Talmesh replied, "that for a species that took only 50 years to go from primitive spaceflight to galactic influence, they were remarkably thorough." As if summoned by her words, every screen in the council chamber flickered to life. A single message appeared in the languages of every represented species. "The Terran Alliance hereby withdraws from galactic affairs indefinitely. We thank you for the opportunities you've provided. Please manage your future endeavors independently. Good luck. No signature, no explanation, no negotiation, just silence, and the slow realization that humanity had just taught the galaxy's most powerful civilizations what true leverage looked like.